32.7 centimeters. It's appropriate.
Head circumference.
32.2. It's appropriate.
Hi, Alice.
All right, the hikers are in ultrasound now.
Mm-hmm. Tell them I'll be there in 5 minutes.
I told them that 5 minutes ago. Of course, then you've got the Sullivans.
Thank you, Alice.
You're welcome.
Well, Amy looks great. Oh,
What, are you okay?
yeah. Some soccer player your daughter's nearly kicked out my ribs.
Gets that from your side of the family. Her mother used to wrestle under the name Steel-Toed Teresa.
Dr. Gordon, the Sullivans?
Take her blood pressure, Alice, and give him a lollipop.
We're getting backed up.
I'm sorry. Tell him I'll be there as soon as I can.
All right.
Dr. Walden, everything cool on your end?
Oh, we're in great shape.
5 weeks and counting.
Can we see her? Mm-hmm. Here it comes. She's pretty. Give that to me. Sorry. Those are always a big hit at parties. I'll call you when I get the rest of the test back. Oh my God. Oh, Chris. This reminds me of when we first saw Katie. Oh.
Commissioner Paul Dietrich was arrested this afternoon after a 6-month investigation by the city attorney's office. The commissioner was charged with embezzling over $60,000 in parking meter coins. The mayor has yet to comment, but prosecutors say Commissioner Dietrich should be given no quarter. Linda St. Clair
He's
at
something
City
else.
Hall with WLR TV News.
Alice? Are we in the same team here?
The Sullivans want a baby just as bad
Because
as the
if we're
hikers.
not,
So
I
do
think
the
you ought
Browns.
to take a vacation. You know, go visit your sister in Detroit.
All I'm saying is the Heighners shouldn't get all the attention.
They don't. They don't.
Yes, Dr. Gordon. Good night, Dr. Gordon.
What?
Over here. Yeah. Okay, over here. Over here.
I thought Jeff's mom was dropping you off.
It's Dad's day.
Huh? Oh,
Told ya.
keys.
That's 2 tickets to the Phillies.
You had a bet? Get in the car. Thanks for dropping him off.
Amanda, I've always wondered,
What?
did you ever lose a sperm cell?
Bye, Matthew.
I can pick him up tomorrow.
It's not necessary.
Why not let me help? I am his father.
I can handle this, Matthew.
Billy stays at his dad's house through the week. Alice's dad gets her Thursday through Monday. Dad says I can maybe stay with him sometimes.
Do you want to?
Well, you know.
We'll see, okay? Oh, God, you need a haircut. What do you say? You want Thai or sushi tonight?
I thought we were gonna start eating at home.
We are. We're eating at home. We're not cooking at home, but we're eating at home.
I get it. Look out! There's a mosquito in the car! Eat!
Wakefield Tavern has been a watering hole for the power brokers of this city since the days of Benjamin Franklin.
You realize you're dead at Antonio, Chez Helene's. You're never gonna dine out in the city again.
Yeah, the sacrifices I make for the public's right to know. Oh! Well, you know, it's good for ratings.
Low brow, but no Emmy.
Thank you.
Okay, what's this?
But behind the doors of some of our finest restaurants lies something that we here at WLOR think you should know.
Oh! The money shot. Jimmy, you genius.
Thank you. Well, we can show him the rat-tail caviar, but can't keep him from eating it.
Thank you. I think that this is definitely the high point of my career. Tracking rat droppings across Philadelphia. And I have you to thank.
Well, someday when you're sitting in Kay Cork's chair, just remember the shot that got you there. Editing. Oh, yeah, she's here.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, this is Linda Sinclair. Who's this? What kind of story? Well, yeah, of course I can meet you. Where?
When did the contractions start?
What's it, VP?
I felt a little twinge last night.
Mm-hmm.
Things really started happening this morning.
Any bleeding?
No.
Temp's normal.
Ed?
Seems Amy has some pre-game jitters.
Oh. Roll over on your back, Virginia. Let's ultrasound.
We've been talking to her, playing Mozart.
Beats Limp Bizkit.
Chris has even been teaching her how to crank out software code.
Yeah, well, my boss hires hackers straight out of nursery school.
This doesn't make any sense. Here we go. See this, Ed?
Mm-hmm.
AC is unchanged, which is inappropriate, and she's having contractions.
You thinking about going in?
God! We were so close, Ed. For a normal pregnancy, I'd say let's wait.
Dr. Gordon?
Amy's abdominal circumference hasn't changed since her last test.
You said everything was okay yesterday.
Well, it may be now. What we're seeing is a red flag telling us she might not be getting adequate nutrition.
It's called intrauterine growth retardation.
Amy's not retarded, is she?
No, not at all. Her head circumference is perfectly normal, which tells us that her brain is growing just fine.
But your amniotic fluid is decreasing.
Yes, and that has to improve. If it doesn't, and it's a very big if, we may have to perform a cesarean section.
Look, this is all speculation. If we can get a better picture of the blood flow, it might not be necessary.
Well, get it.
But you see, with Amy in this position, we can't get a view of the umbilical vein.
Virginia, you gotta get up and walk until the baby moves.
No, sweetie.
Okay.
Okay. At least the contractions stopped. How am I doing?
Well, it's,
No, it's more
There's a little more action.
more activity. It's,
A bounce, a little bouncy.
yeah, more
Some,
movement. It's
bounce.
bounce
maybe.
more, yeah. Good.
Yeah, like Ted. Maybe not quite that hard. Just, you know, just a little bounce. Okay, you know, and the pelvis too. Put a little. Remember the jerk? Remember this? Chris, help your wife out here. Okay.
What?
Oh, it's not. No, maybe that's a little hard. Let's try the. Yeah, that one. The swim. Keep the pelvis. That's better.
Yeah.
There we go. Come on. Okay, I can rest her. And maybe a little butterfly.
And we're looking for a splotch of green.
I see it.
There it is. Now, that is the vein. It looks like a perfectly normal blood flow. Yes. Now, I think it's best if we take her to a hospital.
Oh, do I have to? You could stay here at the center if you prefer. We've got a room upstairs. You could get some bed rest, and we'll keep an eye on things.
I already feel like I'm under surveillance.
It's that or the hospital.
Split? No, you're not
Dr.
splitting nothing.
Crowley,
This is my dad's
Billy.
ball. I'll cut your head off before you cut this
I was
ball
hoping
off.
something interesting can turn up. Ruptured appendix, broken leg, bowling ball. But I guess I'll just have to settle for you.
Admit it, you're thrilled to see me.
I don't suppose I could interest you in dinner after I get home?
Alas, this is not a social call.
Can't be.
I was wondering if maybe you could take a look at something for me.
Well, can I at least get a rain check?
No.
Don't tell me. Elvis's autopsy?
Well, no, everybody knows Elvis isn't dead. No, it's just that it read like hieroglyphics to me, and I thought maybe you could make some sense of it.
Where'd you get this?
That good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was thinking
Chris, you up?
Ugh. Yeah, I am now. Oh. You need something?
Libby called again this morning. She really wants to come.
You're lucky to have so many people who love you.
I don't want her asking a lot of questions, you know? Really. I want to have this baby without anyone judging me.
Sweetie, your sister loved Katie so much. If anybody's gonna understand, it's her. There's something else bothering you. What is it?
I don't know. My ex are no good. Maybe my insides are shot, too. I just don't think... I don't think I can get to know her and lose her, too.
You know what I think?
What?
This baby wows me. Hmm?
You wow me.
Oops. Sorry. I'm leaving. Any contractions?
Not for hours.
You okay? Dr. McElroy's right outside. You got my beeper.
Yep. And your cell, and your home, and your fax, and your email, and
Everything. All right.
thank you, Dr. Gordon. You guys are great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, did you have dinner? Oh, tell your father I'm sorry. I'm on my way. Yeah. Bye.
Dr. Gordon?
Yes?
Hi, I'm Linda St. Clair from WLOR TV News. And I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
About what?
Well, I would like to verify, if I could, a couple of things that I've heard and...
Look, why don't you call my office tomorrow? We'll set up a time.
Well, I'll do that. But in the meantime, I would love it if you could spare a couple of minutes.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I am late to pick up my son.
Dr. Gordon, I don't need your reaction, but I would like to be fair. You've cloned a human baby, am I correct?
No.
No.
No. Our research focuses on advancing in vitro fertilization. We are not cloning human beings.
Well, I understand your reluctance to go on the record, but I think that we both know that that's not true.
minutes. I mean, what if I was the hospital or the Heitners and... Oh. Oh.
She can hold that pose for almost 6 minutes.
Well, can she hold it for an hour?
Damn it.
How did she get that file? I swear it was locked in my cabinet. It's got to be somebody who works with us. I don't want to believe it, but it...
What's she planning to do, this reporter?
She's got a great story. She's planning to tell it.
Hey, I wonder if they'll give us our Nobel Prizes in the slammer.
Oh. Do we tell the Heitners?
Nah. Why upset them?
They have a right to know.
They will, when it's absolutely necessary. We've agreed on that, Why don't you talk to this woman? Try to help her understand the importance of our work.
I don't think she cares.
Well, stall her. Buy her off. Do anything, just keep the lid on this until the baby is born.
Well, at least this Linda, blah, blah, whatever her name is, doesn't know the Heitner's name.
We better keep it that way,
The Browns are here. They're pregnant. They'll be waiting in room 10 when you're ready.
Thanks, Alice.
I'm standing here. God, that's so local.
Listen, just think rat droppings and you'll be fine.
Oh, very funny. Ha ha. Remember Dolly, the clone Scottish sheep? How's my hair?
Still on your head?
Yeah.
Come on.
Next came clone monkeys and headless tadpoles. Well, now it appears human clones are in the pipeline.
Can we get this done before the clones have clones of their own?
So we're good?
Ready for rolling.
Thank you very much. All right. Squeezing the mic?
You're all right.
We're here at the Center for Reproductive Medicine, one of this country's leading infertility clinics, where WLOR has learned exclusively that Dr. Amanda Gordon and a team of specialists have cloned a human embryo. Dr. Gordon, who graduated medical school at 22, went on to specialize in obstetrics and did her postgraduate work in embryology at U of P. Dr. Gordon founded the center to help infertile couples conceive. Now it appears that one such couple is about to have the world's first human clone, raising what used to be a hypothetical question to an imminent debate. Does the cloning of human life represent a breakthrough in science or a breakdown in medical ethics? Linda St. Clair, WLOR-TV.
You said no one would know, not till after.
They don't know who you are, and they won't.
Your name doesn't appear in any of our records.
How'd this happen?
Well, that's not important.
It's important to us.
We think it would be best if we moved you to a private clinic.
When? As soon as possible. The university may be forced to shut us down.
We'd like to move you right now.
No, whoa, whoa!
No, wait, listen. Remember when Amanda first brought us together? I told you I was certain that we could give you a normal, healthy child. Well, now we've gone far enough so that I can say with even greater certainty that Amy is going to be absolutely fine. And this move will be fine, too.
Then let's do it.
Everybody all set?
Yeah. Go, 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 go.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Gordon's keeping them under wraps, but we're on it. Oh, believe me, we will find them. Oh, yeah. Shut up. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. You can count on it. All right. Yeah, it was great talking to you, too. Thanks.
Who was that? Lovesick news junkie proposing marriage again?
Who, that? No. No, that was just Dan Riley from New York.
Network Dan?
Oh, woo! Doing the Dan. You got me doing the Dan. Network Dan.
They're running the segment on the NewsHour.
For real.
For real. And he wants another one ASAP.
So we're gonna be famous like sometime next week? Woo!
But not if we don't have the story.
Well, we gotta find that couple.
Yeah. Dan! Dr. Gordon, is there a time that I can meet with you today?
I don't see any reason for us to meet.
The information is out there.
You put it out there.
Doctor, you couldn't possibly have thought that nobody would find out about this. If I hadn't broken the story, somebody else would have. So let me help you get your story out in a controlled way before they paint you as a Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Come on, they're waiting.
Sorry.
Dr. Gordon, Ed, consider our position. You have needlessly jeopardized the university's good standing with federal funding sources. Many of our key donors are in an uproar. I am getting livid phone calls from the board of directors. And every corner of the media is camped on my doorstep.
Dr. Griffiths, we've done nothing illegal.
But you have trampled over university procedures. And you have completely ignored the review process of your colleagues. Why didn't either of you come to me with this idea?
Because you would have said no.
And why didn't you raise private money?
Which kook or cult would you like us to have approached?
Dr. Howard North, Dean of Biology. Dr. Gordon, cloning of Dolly the sheep came after 277 failures. How many dead or deformed fetuses did you throw away before this one worked?
None. A number of embryos failed in the earliest stages of cell division, which is common in vitro procedures. But we implanted only one embryo. It's not a fetus. It's an embryo into the mother, who had made an informed decision.
And who is to say that after the child is born, there won't be some gross abnormality?
We're doing pioneering work in DNA transfer and stem cell research, which I am confident will produce a healthy and normal child.
Still, what possible motivation is there for cloning an entire being?
Well, in the United States, couples have a constitutionally protected right to make their own reproductive decisions.
Look at Louise Brown. She's called the first test tube baby. People were absolutely bent out of shape because her life started in a petri dish. But because of her, we now have a successful process that produced 300,000 children last year all around the world.
Where is it written that all people have the right to reproduce? If nature doesn't intend for them to do so, does science have the right to change what was not meant to be?
Well, obviously you think what we did was arrogant and reckless, that cloning defies God or could result in genetic engineering of a master race or some other nightmare. This isn't vanity science, and a clone is much more than a copy of its original. It's its own unique being with a personality and character. Now, I believe this as a scientist, but I know it as a mother.
Are we to conclude that you have no regrets about what you've done?
I sleep very well at night. I'm not haunted by what we do.
Dr. Walden? Dr. Walden, I'm Linda St. Clair with WLOR TV News.
No.
How's the baby, Doctor?
No.
No, as in the baby's not well? Dr. Walden.
Mutagenic bacteria.
Excuse me?
Nasty little bugs that feed on anything healthy. Like reporters. Thank you. Really? Have you no decency?
Just enough to do my job and not hate myself. Hi, I'm Katie Couric.
I'll make sure nothing gets lost.
Thanks, Alice.
I've notified your patients to contact Dr. Hendricks until further notice.
Do I have any patients left?
I'll see you then.
Oh, Alice. Thanks for everything. You're a great help.
If you need anything, please don't hesitate to call.
Yeah. Homework time, Henry.
Mom? Can we talk about summer vacation?
Maybe later. What about your book report?
What about bungee jumping over the Grand Canyon instead?
If I let you stay at your father's, will you remember to take enough insulin?
Duh. So, Mom, about summer break.
Uh-huh.
What do you think? Can you just see yourself hang gliding off Mount Everest?
Uh-huh.
White water rafting over the Niagara Falls.
Uh-huh.
Love you, Mom.
Oh, I love you too, Henry.
I can't figure out if they were to clone me, would I be the kid's father or brother?
I think that they say you'd be both.
Oh, like Chinatown.
Oh, my God. The yuck factor. This is so good. The scientists actually have a name for it. What bioethicists call the yuck factor, okay? The initial revulsion at the very notion of cloning, which I totally get because that's completely how much it creeps me out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my kids the old-fashioned way, you know what I'm saying?
Also this. Cloned humans might show higher rates of cancer or other diseases, but we'd only find out by cloning them and waiting to see if disaster strikes. Doesn't sound ethical to me. I'm using it. I gotta get a hold of this guy.
You ever think about having kids?
Yeah. Yeah, actually. Before Charlie died, when we were in the hospital and he wanted to... Seriously, he was thinking about freezing some of his sperm, and I had to, I had to really think about it, and ultimately I thought I couldn't handle it, having a little Charlie running around, growing up, and with that, I thought it was just too, it'd make me too sad, so I didn't wind up.
All right, let's roll. I know this place. I had a store here once.
It's the old folks' home, of course. Think about it, out of the way, medical facilities. It's perfect. I want to go to her house for the Easter egg hunt.
Dr. Gordon,
Just a minute, Chris.
Is anything wrong? Is she not growing again?
No, she's growing fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm just so distracted. I never imagined that the two of you would have to go through all this.
It is pretty awful.
Sorry the university's giving you such a hard time.
Well, I'm not a fool. I know what bothers people about this. But this is my work. It's always been my work. We should have found a better way to protect you.
I guess we all were a little naive.
Nevertheless, I'd do it all again for the two of you.
Thank you.
What's it? Oh, probably the lab. Hello? Well, where are you? Okay, all right, I'll be right there. Bye. It's Henry, my son.
Is he all right?
He's fine. He just had a fight at school. Thank you.
Bye. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and Moxham bunts down the third baseline. Savon rushes in, fields it to first, and he's out.
Hi. I'm Linda. I'm sorry if I'm intruding.
There she is. Go get the camera.
Henry, put your head down.
Okay, Mom. Good grief.
Would you look out, please? I'm trying to get into my driveway.
I want you to get through this crowd as fast as you can, all right? All right. 1, 2, 3, go.
It's over here, Mom. Matthew, leave me alone. Matthew, help us.
Out of the way, please.
It's not fair. I didn't start it. Why should I?
I know. Well, life isn't fair.
Leave her alone. She's got nothing to say.
Hey, can I have a soda?
Yeah, sure. But hey, check your blood sugar first.
Fine.
Oh, I hate this.
You hate it. What about Henry? You ever think about him for a moment?
Oh, you a member of the God Squad now?
Well, let's just say it doesn't come as a surprise, your desire to want to make perfect babies.
What would you think this is all about?
Isn't it?
What is wrong? We're trying to bring healthy children to loving parents.
Oh, really? Is that what it's all about, huh? For the parents, not your own ego, huh? Amanda, you're an ambitious woman. You always were. What about Henry? Are you doing all of this so you can fix him genetically?
Ah!
Henry, your dad and I think it might be better if you stayed with him for a few days. I know this thing has been pretty tough on you.
If you could have made a baby without diabetes, would you have still have had me?
I think you are perfect in every way.
Amanda. It's Ed.
Mom, it's okay. You can get the phone.
How long has she been
I don't know. I came back from the hospital. There she was.
What do you think you're doing? Dr. Gordon, Dr. Walden.
Get out. Before I call security, get out.
Well, I'm here to help, and I think that the Heitners understand that.
It's okay, Dr. Gordon.
Oh, why?
Because I think that they understand they're about to face the hell of living in a media spotlight. Their motives will be trashed, their fitness as parents will be questioned, and a blessed event will be turned into a spitting contest.
And this is where you come in.
Yes, that's right. This is where I come in, because I'll give people a fair picture so that they can see just why you decided to do this and what it means to you. So if you talk with me, and only with me, we'll break it. And that way you'll control the story and not the press.
Look, Miss Sinclair, if you've discovered us, some other mudslinger will too. We can't make deals with every one of you.
Well, if you go with me, you won't have to.
Clearly, there's only one thing to do.
And now, from New York, this is the CTN Evening News with Dan Riley.
Good evening from New York. The brave new world of science fiction is one giant step closer to reality today. We have groundbreaking news of the first cloned human baby. Later this evening, we'll have a special report. But now we go to Linda Sinclair, the reporter of our affiliate WLOR, live in Philadelphia.
Thank you, Dan. We just received word that in a few moments, Dr. Amanda Gordon of the Center for Reproductive Medicine will be holding a press conference here at Liberty Hall.
Since the birth of the cloned sheep, Dolly, all of us have known this day would come. Using more refined techniques, our team was able to take a single cell from the cornea of a deceased child and transplant it into a donor egg from which the nucleus had been recovered, thereby creating a twin of the original child.
Dr. Gordon, doctor, don't you mean a clone?
I prefer to call these children serial twins because while they will be very similar genetically, they will have been raised in different environments, which actually will make them even less alike than identical twins. I would like to assure you that this child will be as much an individual as you or me.
What would you say to critics who call cloning immoral, unethical, or unnecessary even?
Tell them they don't have to use the procedure. But I imagine if these same critics were infertile or suffering from some other reproductive disease, they wouldn't be so quick to criticize what for many may be their last chance to have a child.
Dr. Gordon, can we expect a rash of vanity clonings? Say a world of Mel Gibson's?
Even a Mel Gibson clone would come into the world hairless, toothless, and peeing in his diapers. He might even decide to become a geneticist instead of an actor or a reporter.
Dr. Gordon, let's be honest. If you're successful with this birth, the patents on this process would make you richer than Bill Gates.
In that unlikely event, I will donate my share of the profits to research into reproductive freedom.
Dr. Gordon, can you tell us something about the child's parents?
No, I do not intend to tell you anything about her parents.
Dr. Gordon, so the clone is a girl, Dr. Gordon?
What happens after the baby's born? Growing up in someone else's genetic shadow in a society that may not be ready for that.
What?
Do you believe that this little girl has any chance at a normal life?
Yes. Yes, I do. That's all. That's all. No more questions.
Oh, all this cloning thing? Oh, come on, man. What do you need more kids for, you know? The same as you, the same as them. You can't even tell one from the other anymore.
I read that Dolly the sheep, the first clone, is incredibly obese, abnormally large. Sure, we can make clones, but will they grow up to be healthy, normal people?
Political and religious leaders around the globe today roundly condemn the practice of human cloning. In Philadelphia, our CTN poll shows 3 out of 4 Americans believe human cloning is against God's will. In Congress, politicians on both sides of the aisle called for vigorous enforcement of the ban on cloning. And at the White House earlier today, the president's press secretary, Catherine Lilly, had this to say.
The president firmly believes that cloning raises serious ethical questions.
And he strongly supports all aspects of the pending bill banning
They'll blow
human
smoke a little
cloning.
while, and when Amy is
He's
born,
asking
they'll
Congress
give her a
to
night
put
in the
this
Lincoln
legislation
bedroom.
on his desk as soon as possible.
The president has requested that the Justice Department look into this
See what
matter
else is on.
immediately. Are there any questions?
What I am frightened most about is that a new age will come, and that it will be an age that is abhorrent to us. And we will not have been ready with the laws and the moral concepts to stop it. The time has come for us as a society to ask whether or not the vanity of some parents and the egos of scientists can transform human procreation into a manufacturing process. In a world where a child...
You don't need to listen to this.
They don't get it. They don't know us. Who are they to tell us what makes a family?
Get some rest. All three of you.
Can you turn it back on?
No. Dr. Gordon's right. We don't need to watch that stuff.
Maybe they're right. Maybe we're being arrogant. This is just God's way of showing us.
God understands how much we loved Katie. I know he does.
Nature, yes! Science, no!
Dr. Gordon has just completed her testimony before the University Review Committee. Please allow me to speak. At no time did anyone connected with the university authorize research into human cloning. A full internal investigation is continuing to determine whether any laws have been violated. Dr. Gordon has been suspended from the university staff pending completion of her legal process. And there will be no further stem cell or cloning research.
Science, no! Human cloning, got to go! Nature, yes! Science, no! Human cloning, got to go! Nature, yes!
Jimmy, check it out, 2 o'clock.
I'm on it.
Nature, yes! If the university can get any funding.
I went behind your back. And for that, I'm sorry.
Why didn't you come to me?
I tried. You're so busy trying to make history.
I should have known it was you.
How do you know Dr. Gordon?
You went too far. Doctors don't create life. That's God's work. I had no choice.
Who's the heroes and who's the villains?
I don't know.
What is your relationship with Dr. Gordon?
Yeah, well, that's good. So, tell Virginia I'm just going to drop a few things home, and then I'll be over. Right. Bye.
Dr. Gordon?
Huh?
Dr. Gordon, hi.
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
Norton Graham. I'm in the eugenics field myself, and I just want to say that I think what you've done is truly monumental. The impact on the federal budget will be staggering. I mean, just imagine the savings to welfare, special education, healthcare alone.
I'm not interested.
Let's face it. The human race is on a downward evolutionary spiral. Genetic disorders are being passed on from generation to generation. But with your breakthrough and the power of genetic engineering, we have an opportunity to weed out the weak and the unhealthy.
I see. So you'd get rid of weaklings like, say, Stephen Hawking.
Well, you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
Next would be the diseases, Tay-Sachs, diabetes, alcoholism. Next, you'd manipulate human intelligence and then physical prowess. It's been tried before, Dr. Graham. I am not interested.
I can see about the second, but when you've had a chance to think of all the benefits, I hope you'll give me a call.
Hello? Henry? Hello? Henry, are you okay? It's me. I'm okay.
So what What's with this human cloning business? Huh? I mean, they say they can take one tiny little cell from anywhere in a human's body, and they can turn that into your twin. Imagine that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've always wanted a twin brother. But why would you settle for any regular kid? I mean, you can shake hands with Michael Jordan, grab a little skin, maybe grab a flake of dandruff from the old Bill Gatester, and the next thing you know, you're the proud parent of your own 7-foot billionaire. But seriously, if you're the parent of this clone, what could you possibly tell your kid? Your father was a nose hair. Come on, really?
Lift me up here.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Well, thanks for calling. So,
People have got the wrong idea about why we are doing this.
well, what's the right idea?
I thought maybe if they knew about Katie.
Katie.
Katie was our daughter. And she was perfect. She was funny, she was beautiful, she was smart. She was so sweet. The truck came out of nowhere, and then she was gone. I was driving. Understand? Have you ever lost?
Yes. Yes. But please go on. Go on.
There were days when Virginia never even got out of bed. She kept picturing Katie growing up, First Communion, high school graduation. I come from a big family, 4 brothers, 2 sisters, good Catholics. When I saw a second chance to make a baby, I didn't care about the method. I mean, how could I say no? Did God want man to go to the moon? I mean, if it can happen, isn't it natural? Yeah. When you get right down to it, what have we done that is so bad?
I'm worried about Chris.
Yeah. Expectant fathers are a pretty jumpy bunch. How about expectant mothers?
It's not that. You see, when Katie died, all I wanted was to bring her back again. And, just hold her one more time. And now, look at this. I'm going to.
No, you're not. This child is not Katie. She won't be Katie. This is Amy. She'll have her own needs and desires, her own dreams. You'll have your own dreams for her. You'll raise her in a different environment. Even you and Chris aren't the same now.
That scares me, too.
Sweetie, Dr. Gordon?
Chris?
Honey, I've been talking with Linda. And the more I think about it, the more it seems to me like a good idea to let her tell our story.
This is really your choice. But once you put your name out there, it's very hard to get it back.
How else can we make people understand?
All right.
Thank you. Jimmy, get the camera.
Miss Sinclair?
Why do I get the feeling you're about to tell me how to do my job?
Please don't do this. The Heitners trust you.
They're right to.
They don't understand the implications.
Look, if there are any hard questions to be asked, it'll be of you.
Oh, that's comforting.
I think if anyone didn't think through the implications, it was you.
This is the CTN Evening News with Dan Riley.
Good evening. Much of what you've heard about the first human clone has focused on the science and on the ethical questions raised by the achievements of Dr. Gordon and her team. Tonight, we will offer the human side of this story. Our Linda Sinclair has this exclusive CTN report.
Dan, the identity of the couple having the world's first cloned baby has been a well-guarded secret. But now, they want the world to know they have a name. Virginia and Chris Heitner. And they have a story, one that may help people understand why they have taken this unprecedented step. What is it you want people to understand more than anything else?
We want people to realize that we're real people and that we're kind of desperate and that this seemed to be the only way.
Virginia and Chris Heitner talked about having children since the day they got married. But like many baby boomers, they decided to wait until their careers were on track.
Tell me about your first pregnancy.
There was a problem in my family's genetic history. So when we heard about Dr. Gordon and her team and how they could screen even the tiniest embryo for genetic defects, including cystic fibrosis, we came to Philadelphia.
Dr. Amanda Gordon tried the then controversial technique of in vitro fertilization, a test tube baby.
So what was the day like when you found out?
Oh, God, I'll never forget it. We were in the hotel, and Dr. Gordon called up, and she said, "I'm not very far away, I'll be right over." And we let her in, and she had non-alcoholic champagne, right? Something like that.
And the biggest smile I've ever seen on Dr. Gordon.
And, you know, I mean, I broke down when I found out Katie was going to be normal. It was so great.
Katie Heitner was born January 17th, 1994, 7 pounds, 8 ounces. Her parents reveled in and recorded every milestone, from her first steps, to her first words, to her first day at kindergarten. And then, on a rainy night in November, tragedy took her life.
We always used to sing in the car. Splish Splash, that was Katie's favorite tune. We were on our way to my brother's for the weekend. But it was raining, it's like the truck came out of nowhere, and, you know, I swerved.
Well, Dr. Gordon and I were devastated, of course. But then I remembered that Katie had donated her corneas to an eye bank. And genetically speaking, at least, she was still alive. So we explained that we could implant Katie's DNA into a donor egg from a woman who'd already born healthy children. Now, Chris and Virginia begged us to intercede.
I mean, it's a miracle. It's like a second chance to
fulfill our dream, and we're like any other parents.
We're gonna have a baby.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the good part.
The Heitners realized that human cloning touches deeply felt religious and philosophical beliefs. But for them, this is not a story of religion or philosophy. It is of love and of a last chance to fulfill a lifelong dream. And now that you know Chris and Virginia's story, perhaps one question remains. If you were in their shoes, given one last chance to have a child of your own, what would you do? The baby will be born in 3 weeks. Her name will be Amy. This is Linda St. Clair.
And so the controversy continues as the public has its say, with our own CTN poll showing a split right down the middle. The Heitners may be enjoying a surge in popularity, but one thing is certain: they have lost any hope of their own privacy or Amy's.
Science, no! Nature, yes! Science, no! Nature, yes! Science, no!
this up. I thought we were the ones who got the story. Look at this.
It's okay,
Hey, we're
we're
gonna
at
go through.
CTN.
Yeah, right?
I've always wondered what the French Revolution was like.
At least they're not sharpening the guillotine.
Dr. Gordon?
Yes?
FBI Agent Ullman, I have a warrant for your arrest. You're charged under Statute 18 U.S.C. 371, conspiracy to violate... Stand back, sir, please, stand back. Conspiracy to violate an executive order banning the use of cloning, executive order banning the use of federal view. The right to remain silent. Anything you say can...
Probably less. Tell him to be ready in about a minute. Maybe less.
Happy.
Dan, the story of Amy Heitner has taken a startling turn as FBI agents have arrested the doctors responsible for her well-being. Whether Dr. Amanda Gordon and her colleague, Dr. Edward Walden, will be jailed or granted bail remains unclear at this time. However, there is grave concern for baby Amy and what the loss of her doctors will mean for her.
Hey, Amanda, you think you'll spend time in jail? What do you think of the charges? What about the baby? Who's taking care of him if you're gone?
This is Linda St. Clair reporting live at Lakeside Manor. Damn it. Wait, are we out?
Hey, Amanda, you think you'll spend time in jail? If you're gone.
None of our money came from government grants. There's no law against cloning in the state of Pennsylvania. The ban is against research with federal funds.
Relax. They've overplayed their hand.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Look, Amanda, the government has given us a perfect forum to fight this stupid law.
You sound pleased about that.
They cannot stop this science, Amanda. When so much good comes out of it, somebody has to make the case.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do you want to go to jail?
If I have to, of course.
Oh, well, not me. I've got a son to look after.
Well, how long are they going to keep us here? 1, 2 weeks? When they let us go, we'll be heroes.
I'm not staying.
Our research will be published by all of the leading journals. Cloning will be compared with the invention of penicillin and the dawn of the age of computers. Now, Amanda, this is not so bad, is it?
Sorry I'm late. It's a regular zoo outside.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, hi. I'm at Lakeside Manor. I saw some weird-looking guy with a box, kind of suspicious. Could be a bomb, I don't know.
Yeah, well, they said that they'd be willing to go on the morning news hour. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I will. We'll have to have more. I gotta call you back.
Folks, there's been a bomb threat. I need everybody out of the building right now. I'm sorry. No, my wife...
Wait, what is going on?
My wife is not supposed to be. There's been a bomb threat. I need you to leave the building right away, please.
Jimmy!
It's all right, Mrs. Height.
Take it easy. Easy. Okay, let's
get it.
Wait a minute. Let's try and get this.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Could you get out of the way? Please. Move. Sorry. I'm sorry. Carry on.
Virginia, how does it feel to be center of attention? Why do you pick the name Amy? You think the world is ready for the first clone baby?
No.
You think you'll ever go to jail? Give it a chance, we can do it all again.
It's wrong to answer your critics. Virginia, how do you feel about Dr. Boyd?
My clients, we will argue, are charged with conspiracy.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I wonder if I could...
Your Honor, this hearing is not about cloning, legally or morally. It's about bail and the rights of my clients to be released pending such a decision.
Your Honor, now look, I can't just sit
Counselor.
here. Your Honor, our patient, Mrs. Heitner.
Dr. Gordon, this is a court of law with rules and procedures.
Well, I'm a doctor with life and death responsibilities.
I'll grant these are extenuating circumstances Be brief.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because of her age and past medical history, Virginia Heitner's pregnancy is extremely high risk. Without nearly constant monitoring by myself and Dr. Walden, she could easily lose this baby. And given the stress of last night's idiocy at the lakeside, her condition is precarious. Your Honor, no matter what you think or feel about how she was conceived, Amy Heitner has a right to come into the world healthy. Please consider that.
All right, counselors, I'll meet you in my chambers. This court is in recess for 10 minutes.
Got you some lunch?
Thanks, not hungry.
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah.
Elena, what's going on? You're driving the biggest story since Ellen Gonzalez.
I know. I don't know. I mean, you know how I feel about this whole thing. You know, when we started, I was just hoping it would go back to being science fiction. But now there's this baby. Keep thinking about Charlie. You know, if I had another chance, just to bring a little bit of him back.
Federal law may be unclear on the issue of cloning, but it is the opinion of this court that it should not be. We regulate tattoo parlors more closely than we do sperm banks, sex selection labs, or human egg farms. I must say I am deeply troubled by what this means for our society. However, I do recognize that you are no threat to skip your court date, and out of concern for Mrs. Heitner and her baby, I will release you on your own recognizance.
Oh!
Do you have a call? It's urgent.
Bomb scares put her into labor. She's 6 centimeters dilated. So we're going to prepare for a C-section just in case.
Well, she's only 3 weeks early. There shouldn't be any problems. So, you're here. We're on our way.
Oh, God. Oh.
Can we get a wide angle?
Virginia's in labor. Find out when we can go live. All right.
That's my girl. You are doing great, sweetie. We're almost there.
You're doing great, Virginia. Come on, breathe.
Sweetheart, your sister's right outside. We're not going to let her go home without seeing her niece now, are we?
I can't push any harder.
Sure you can, sweetheart. You can. Sure, you can, sweetie.
I'd like to see you try.
Yeah, it's making a lot of moaning sounds.
BP is 130/80.
Fetal rate is not reactive. Get her out.
She's crowning. She's crowning. Okay, Virginia, one more push.
You can do it, honey.
One
you can
more.
do it, sweetie.
Give me a big one. Give me a big one.
Here we go.
Push, push, push. Yes, yes, yes.
Here we are.
Yes!
Good work, Virginia.
A daughter.
Baby girl.
Amy's fine!
Hello. Today, well, it was this afternoon, really. At 12 minutes past 3, Amy Heitner was born. She is a healthy baby girl. Both mother and daughter are doing fine. I'm Dr. Gordon. Dr.
klonażu w historii świata. Dzisiaj się urodziła młoda Amy Heitner pod opieką doktorów Gordon i Walden.
الطبيب إدوارد وولدن والطبيبة أماندا جوردن عن ابتكارهما الحدث إيمي لين
Dr. Edward Walden가 세계 처음 클로닝 아이.
At the Center for Reproductive Medicine, 2 babies were born yesterday. A boy was the result of in vitro fertilization, and a girl whose sex was pre-selected by her parents. And here at the Lakeside Manor, a baby girl was born. Amy Lynn Heitner, the world's first human clone. No pictures of Amy are permitted, but I can tell you she weighs 6 pounds.
What do you think of your niece?
And is over 19 inches.
Oh, I can't get over it. How much she looks like Katie. She really does.
I know. But she isn't Katie. She's Amy. Our darling Amy.
Despite the controversy over cloning, the Heitners have already received lucrative endorsement offers from national clothing lines to baby food producers. The family has asked that all other gifts be sent to shelters in Amy's name. This is Linda St. Clair reporting.
A sneaker company called me this morning.
Well, they clearly haven't seen your jump shot.
I'll get this stuff out of the way. What is this? This looks like a camera.
Oh, for
I don't freaking
God's
believe this. Now, the lunatics are spying on us. Is this what it's going to be like now?
All right, Chris, all right. I will go to security. I'll have them install a metal detector. We'll check everything that comes into the room.
Honey, you okay?
Do I look okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's kind of a novelty at first, you know, all the attention and the magazines and then Hollywood producer calling. I was even thinking, who's going to play me, you know?
I told him Tom Cruise, as long as I got to play myself. Right?
They want to see you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Sorry, alone.
It's cool.
Thanks.
Oh. Oh, look at her. She's so tiny. Would you like to hold her?
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, come on. She won't break.
Really?
Sure. Come sit over here. You'll be more comfortable.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. She's so sweet. Oh, look at her. And just light as a feather. You are. You're so cute.
Linda? I want to thank you. We really appreciate you helping us get our story out.
You've been a big part of welcoming Amy into the world.
I hope so.
She smells so good.
Yes, hello. Virginia. Virginia.
Amy? Amy? Oh my God.
Doctor?
Dr. Gordon! Dr. Gordon, have you any comments? We need some
She's got a respiratory insufficiency.
RDS?
No definite signs.
What's her weight count?
It's normal. That's what's puzzling. Got her on surfactant for the lungs, but I don't think it's doing any good.
What could it be? What could it be?
You okay?
Possible side effects.
Linda? Dan, what started as a day of celebration for the Heitner family has turned into a vigil. About an hour ago, Amy Heitner suddenly stopped breathing and is now on life support. Amy is listed in critical condition and is in the hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. There are no indications as of yet that this development is a result of her having been cloned, and her chances for recovery remain good. We expect further details throughout the evening.
Thank you, Linda.
Sinclair, is it true you were there when it happened?
How are they coping at this time? Linda, are they with their daughter right now? Where are the Heitners right now? Linda? Linda?
Don't you cry. Go to sleep, little baby. When you wake, you shall have all the pretty little horses. Blacks and haze, devils and grays. Go to sleep, little baby.
Dr. Gordon, when this is over, go home, curl up with your kid, and hold on to him for as long as you can.
Tragically, the child whose birth captured the attention of the entire world now is fighting for her life. From Rome to London to Red Square in Russia, people are gathering in churches, in parks, and in their homes to lend their prayers and support to little Amy Heitner and her parents.
Our prayers are with this child. Although I don't agree with how she came into this world, I urge people of conscience the world over to join in prayer for full recovery and long life of this
Really nice.
Has her condition changed at all?
Is Amy still in critical condition? Dr. Gordon, where's Amy now?
Good morning. At 2:15 this morning, Amy Heitner died of respiratory failure.
Oh.
Her parents have requested there be no autopsy.
Dr. Gordon? Was her death caused by a genetic defect?
Respiratory failure is not uncommon in premature infants.
Will you try again?
I continue to believe in the work we've done. The Justice Department has temporarily put aside our prosecution until it has a chance to review the legislation in regards to human cloning. Many scientists believe that the cures for Alzheimer's, cancer, diabetes would come from clone tissue or stem cell research.
Dr. Gordon? How are the Heitners doing?
Thank you. I have nothing more to say at this time.
Dr. Gordon! Doctor, are the Heitners here in the hospital? Doctor, can we expect a statement from the Heitners anytime soon? Doctor, are they still here?
Dr. Gordon!
Dr. Gordon,
Well, you never give up, do you?
do you? I just want to know about the Heitners.
Leave them alone. Leave all of us alone.
I want to tell them how sorry I am.
Well, they don't want to talk to you.
I don't want to believe that.
They left early this morning to avoid the media. Look, I can't prove that the stress on Virginia was responsible for Amy's death, but it's my opinion that it was.
Even in death, little Amy has had an impact felt around the world. Artificial insemination took decades to be accepted. In vitro fertilization took years. After Amy, the debate about the way human beings are created has been given a face, a child's face. Amy Lynn Heitner lived less than 43 hours. This is Linda St. Clair reporting at Mercy Hospital in Philadelphia.
Mom!
Hey!
I'm sorry about the baby. About Amy.
Yeah, me too, bud.
You okay?
Mom, tell me what he's been doing in Dad's loft.
Henry wants to turn it into his room when he visits.
Thanks for stepping in.
Had some fun.
I haven't been exactly fair to you lately. There's no reason Henry can't spend more time here. We didn't make it, but we can still be a family for Henry.
Thanks.
Mom, come on.
Yeah, I'm coming. No, wait a minute. Has he finished all of his homework? Everything he missed?
I'm not sure.
No, Dad, I did.
Really?
I did.
Book report?
Yes.
Math?
Uh-huh.
Everything?
Uh-huh.
Okay, then. You're gonna have a great time in Colorado.
Okay. We're going?
Yeah.
Dad, we're going to Colorado!
Hey!
Yes! All right!
What a...
What are you gonna tell Dan the man?
I told you, nothing.
$10 says you cave.
You're on.
Easy money, Linda. Easy money.
Dan.
Have you tracked down the Heitners yet?
No. No, I haven't. I've been looking. I checked phone logs, real estate, credit card transactions, nothing. They changed their name. They just disappeared.
And what about the doctor?
She quit the center. She's not taking any calls from the press. And in any event, she's not going to help us.
We're on the air next Monday. I'm building a whole segment around the first anniversary of Amy's birth. I need this interview. Do this for me, Linda.
Of course. I have one more lead that I will check out. It's the sister. So.
Birthday cake. Wait till you see. There it is. Let's walk over. Let's walk over. Big girl.
Chris? What are you doing here?
Linda, please listen. We had no choice. Could you? After all these months, let me somehow believe that it was my fault.
That was cruel. I'm sorry, but we had to stop the frenzy. She was very ill. She's still very ill.
You think I'm going to sit on this story now?
You don't have a story. You've got a headline. Is that what you want for Amy?
You should have trusted me.
Can we trust you now?
Yeah, it's Dan Riley there. This is Linda St. Clair. Yeah, well, could you give him a message, please? Yeah, tell him we will not be able to get that interview. Tell him I couldn't find them at the address I had. And that I'm terribly sorry.
পছন্দ করেন এটা আপনি সেটা খুব সহজে করতে পারেন, কীভাবে ডেভেলপমেন্ট কী করা যাচ্ছে বইগুলো শেয়ার করবো, ভিডিওটা পরবর্তীতে বলবো।